Honestly, so excited for the August TBR already. I think what would be fun though is if I pick another prompt and that prompt can help me pick between these three books. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new. I'm Alecia and today we are picking my August TBR. I actually did really well with the July TBR, so the only book on that TBR that I did not get to, if I remember correctly, is Cash, the cowboy romance right here. So it is back on the TBR cart because I didn't get to it, and we will see if it gets picked for this TBR, but I've got my little prompt jar and we are just gonna get right into things. So also don't forget to like and subscribe if you do enjoy this video. Time to pick some prompts. Four words in the title. Okay, and I do have my TBR cart here, which is like, I added some other books other than my summer TBR just because I was dwindling it down. I did get some new books in a haul that I just posted. So yeah, there's some new books on here. Let's see if we can find one with 4 words in the title that I want to add to the August TBR. Okay, so after looking at all of my options on the TBR that are 4 words in title, these seem to be the only ones. So there's the 7-Year Split by Ashley Poston, which I recently read one of her books, now I can't remember. It's where she gets trapped in her favorite author's books, small town vibes, and I didn't like that one. So I've already read one by her that I didn't like, so I'm not like itching to read more by her right now. So I don't think I'm gonna pick that one. Honestly, I think it's gonna come down between these two. Well, I know because I'm the one picking, but I know it's gonna come down to these two because this one is like so cutesy, like rom-com vibes, and it really, I've been wanting to read this. Like this has been a TBR want to read for a while now. And then this one, Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings, The Conditions of Will. So it is 4 letters, or 4 words, not 4 letters. It's early, you guys, sorry. But yeah, so it's between these two. And this one I bought more recently, and I do want to read this one because I've heard such great things about it, but I've also heard great things about this one. I think I'm gonna go with Better Than the Movies because I think I'm just feeling those vibes. I think that sounds really fun, very cute. That's kind of the mood I'm in lately. So, all right, let's go with Better Than the Movies for our first book on the August TBR. Book with a cover you love. I like that one because that one is like up for interpretation depending on what covers I like. So let's see here. I will say this cover did really draw me, so I do really love this cover. Let's see. I feel like a lot of the ones on the TBR are very like okay, like they're fine, but they're not my favorite covers. I do like this one, The Never Been Shipped. I think that's such a cute cover. Oh, I really like this like style, and I think I literally picked this one out because of the cover, so we might have to add that one. Oh, I did really like this cover. I think it's because of the pink and black. I recently got this at a book fair in Nashville, and I have that haul up on my channel if you guys want to go check that out. It's super fun, super cute. But okay, so I think these 4 are the ones that are my favorite covers. I don't think this one is my favorite because I'm gonna go by, okay, out of these 4, which one is my favorite cover? Which one draws me in the most? I think this one's gonna go back. Okay, I think I'm gonna pick The Conditions of Will just because this cover is really weird and cool. It tells me nothing about the book, in my opinion. Well, I know nothing about the book, so maybe it does once you read it, but this is so cool. Can we give it up for the cover? And this might not be some people's cup of tea, but I think it's really cool, and even the back is like really cool. So yeah, okay, we're gonna add that one. That's so funny because that one was the other option in the first pick. So honestly, so excited for the August TBR already. Like just with those 2 books on there, I think both of them are gonna be 5 stars. So I'm really excited. Book by your favorite author. I got that one last month as well. Cool. Okay. So last month I ended up picking, I think, Elsie Silver for that one. So we're not going to do that this time. I don't even think there's an Elsie Silver book on here this time. Okay, by my favorite author. That would mean that it would need to be by an author, obviously, that I've already read. So a lot of these are not going to be included because a lot of these are my first time reading a certain author's work. So did not like Ashley Pawson's other book, so that will not be on there. Literally, I think my only options would be these three, but I'm gonna say I've only read one other Alicia Thompson book, and I really liked it, but it wasn't a 5-star for me, so I'm not going to include that one, just because I think these authors I've read more of their work, and I've given each of their respective books 5 stars. It is between The Striker by Anna Huang and Girl Abroad by Elle Kennedy. Two of my favorite romance authors. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have Better Than the Movies, we have The Conditions of Will. So I could either do a sports romance, which I don't have yet on the TBR, or I could do like an abroad travel romance, which I, again, don't have on the TBR. Either one of these would be a great pick. So I'm gonna pick Girl Abroad because this one has been on my TBR longer and I just keep putting it off. And I don't know why, because like I said, Elle Kennedy is one of my favorite authors, and I think I heard that this is getting turned into a TV show, possibly, which is really cool, so I'll want to read that before that comes out. So we're gonna add Girl Abroad by Elle Kennedy to the TBR. Shortest book on your TBR. I got this one last month too, I think. Okay. Let's see. Okay, last month it was actually really easy to pick because it was really clear which one was the shortest, but now I'm gonna have to go through and try to find the shortest. So hold please. Yeah, that one's definitely not the shortest. Oh, actually it might be Midnight Library. So this one's under 300. This one's over 300. Okay, this one might possibly be, okay, 256. This was kind of a close one. So I thought of the Midnight Library because this one's definitely a smaller book, and I was like, oh, I think this might be the smallest one. But this new book I got, Howl, I just bought it in my last haul at a indie book fair. I think it's by a local Nashville author, Howl, and I met the author and it's signed, but this ended up being the shortest one. Long story short. So we've got Howl. This is actually like a limited edition of, you can only get this if you see her at an event. So that was pretty cool, and that's why I wanted to get this edition. That's the inside cover. So we know it's gonna be spicy. I'm so excited. This is like a wolf romance. Wolf and human, I believe, romance. So super exciting, and she did sign it for me. This one I really want to get to, so I'm so excited that it's on the August TBR. I think we're gonna go ahead and pick out 6 books total for this TBR because I've been like in a reading, let's say whatever the opposite of a slump is, that's what I've been in lately. Like I've just been reading so much, and it's been like good. It's not like I've been forcing myself to read or had to force myself. It's like all I want to do is read. I've been having a great time. I'm in a great reading groove. Let's hope that doesn't change. But we're gonna go ahead and pick out 6 books total because I think I can definitely tackle 6 books this month. So that means we have 2 more to pick out. 2025 new release. I have a few of those. At first I was like, do I have any? It's like, yeah, girl, you have like quite a bit, I think. Okay, so let's go through and find all the ones. This says copyright 2005, so I think this just came out this year. So we have The Rose Bargain. And this is also one of the books that I got at the Nashville Book Fair and is signed by the author. So that's really cool. And I got a cool sticker. And this is also a 2025 new release. I'm pretty positive this was released this year. I'm pretty positive this is also a new release. Again, on the inside they say 2020 copyright 2025, so I'm assuming that means it's a new release. And this one I also got at the Nashville Book Fair, and it is also a 2025 new release. So let's just go based on these ones. What are we gonna pick? Okay, all right, we got to make some decisions here. All right, I think the first one off the list is going to be The Rose Bargain, only because I'm thinking I want to read this more in the fall. I'm gonna save that one. It's just very fantasy vibes, and I feel like in the fall is when I want to read fantasy. So yeah, okay, we're gonna wait on that one. Okay, and then I don't have a sports romance yet on the TBR, so I'm thinking I'm gonna put Never Been Shipped back on the TBR cart because it's not a sports romance, and I want to have at least one sports romance. We know I'm a sports romance girly. That's my vibe. That's my jam. Which leaves us with actually 3 books that I got at the book fair. So one that is, well, 2 of them are signed by the authors too, which is really cool. So, and then there's this one that I got from the Slow Burn Romance Book Cart. Like it's like a book truck, like a food truck, but for romance books. I got it in that. So, okay, football romance, and she's a surgeon. We've got a hockey romance and a figure skater. When I talked to the author, she said this is like the cutting edge show on Netflix, but if they'd ended up together, I believe is what she said. This one is, again, a hockey romance. So we've got 2 hockey romances and 1 football. I think I'm gonna put the football one back because I'm feeling hockey. I'm always feeling hockey. Okay, oh my gosh. Okay, so that leaves us with these 2. Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna pick this one because I like the cover and I really want to read this one too. So I'm so excited. So yes, we will do this one. Oh my gosh, that means 2 of the books I got from the book fair are on the TBR. Awesome. That's so fun. One more. I think for next month, I'm definitely going to add more prompts in the jar because I'm just now realizing that like I don't have that many in there and I'm just getting the same ones, which is fine, but you know, I want to switch it up a little. Okay, book with sprayed edges. That actually narrows it down quite a bit because I say that and then I'm looking and I'm like, oh, actually there are quite a few. So it doesn't really narrow it down that much. Okay, so we've got these 2. This one. Okay, so for sprayed edges, and this month I will say I'm focusing hardcore on like romance vibes because this is kind of the last month of summer, if you will. I know September is also kind of summer/fall, but this is kind of the last like summer month, and so I wanted to make it romance heavy, and then we're probably going to get more into fantasy as we get into fall, and then I'll probably also want to add in more spookier books as well. But just in the summertime, I don't know what it is, but I do really love a good romance in the summer. So, okay, sprayed edges, and this is our last pick. Okay, these are the 3 sprayed edges. They're all really cute. Literally, this sprayed edge is literally just dark blue. It's not even that impressive, but when I was at the bookstore, I was like, I have to get it because I think I just loved like the sprayed edges go with the aesthetic of the book so well. You know what we're gonna do to mix things up a little bit because I can't pick between these 3. And what's so funny is 2 of them are hockey romances and 1 is a cowboy romance. So because Cash was on the TBR last time, I'm kind of thinking maybe I should pick Cash. I think what would be fun though is if I pick another prompt and that prompt can help me pick between these 3 books. Plus, maybe I really just like picking out of the jar. It's really fun. Last book you bought, that helps us out tremendously. Okay, yeah, that picks it out for me then because I got this at the Nashville Book Fair and that was the last book I purchased. One Shot by A.C. Wonderland, and she did sign it, so that's super cool. Okay, let's run through the August TBR real quick. We've got One Shot, a hockey romance by A.C. Wonderland. We've got At the Edge with You by Tony Aleo. I'm not sure if I'm saying the last name right, but that's this one. Also signed by the author. Both of the first one and this one are signed by the author. So cool. I don't know. I just love that. I think it's awesome. Then we have another signed and local author book, Howl. It is a werewolf romance. So fun and exciting. Then we have a book that's been on my TBR for quite a while, Girl Abroad by Elle Kennedy. So I'll hopefully finally get to this book this month. And I'm sure it's going to be wonderful. And they might be making it into a TV show or a movie. So definitely want to get this read. Then we have The Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings. And I am in the middle of the Magnolia Park series as we speak. So I don't know, it'll be fun to read another book by her and maybe switch it up this month of reading the Magnolia Park series instead reading this one. So, or reading this one alongside, whichever. But yeah, this is such a cool cover, so I can't wait to read this one. And then we have Better Than the Movies, which again, really excited for. All the books on my TBR I'm pretty excited for. So this one is supposed to be a very like sweet little rom-com vibes, high school. So that's a little different for me because I'm not super usually into high school stuff since I'm like 30. Yeah, you know, just like once you hit 30, I feel like high school, honestly, once you hit like 25, you're just kind of like, high school romances feel a little weird, but I've heard that this one doesn't feel like that. Like it's just super cute and it's fun and you don't need to be like a high schooler to read it. So yeah, super fun. Okay, so that is our August TBR. I'm so excited. And just a reminder that every time I make a TBR, I am planning to make reading vlogs for all the books that I read. So I'm not sure what theme the reading vlogs will be. Maybe they'll just be mood reading. We'll see. But with that being said, make sure you subscribe and follow along so that you can get notified when all of the reading vlogs happen. And yeah, I love you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.